if I pop right in here really quickly, this is what I've done all throughout my time of managing this portfolio. This is what I've done basically. I basically going on days like this where we have really big red days, when the whole market is basically selling off. I go in and I put a little bit more money in it and I buy a little bit more. Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, you are welcome. If you're not new to the channel, you're welcome back. As always, like I always say, you're welcome. Appreciate you for coming to check out the channel and coming back to check out what I have to offer. So in today's video, we are gonna buy the dip. As you guys see from the title, we are gonna buy the dip today. The market has been bloody today. I actually haven't really looked into the reason why, but sometimes I don't have time to really check the news like today. I just wanna share with you guys how I like to manage my M1 portfolio. So before we get into the video, I would like to let you know that I am not a financial advisor. Like I always say in all my videos, I'm not a financial advisor. I just share with you what I'm doing with my portfolio. If you decide to do that for yourself, that is up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't sue me, bro. So what we're gonna do in today's video is to walk through my dividend and growth investing portfolio. We're gonna walk through the portfolio today. You guys see there's a $700 cash deposit waiting to be invested, and we are going to look over this huge red day that we have on the market today. So if you're interested in seeing all that, stay tuned. So let's dive right into the M1 portfolio here. Okay, so let's rearrange everything and let's be all right. So as you guys see here, we have roughly about $700 in cash right here. I just recently deposited this cash and I'm going to deploy that and put that to work right away. As you all may know, most money gets made in the market when you are okay with buying the dip. Okay, you make money in the stock market when you're okay with buying the dip. You don't make money when you're buying as the stock is going up. When you buy the dip, that's when you make money in the stock market. So that is what we are going to do in today's video. Okay, so thank God for M1 Finance, because the way M1 Finance is set up, links to all these things will be in the description below. Thank God for M1 Finance. The way this app is set up in such a nice way. Okay, because the way my portfolio is set up as well, it's easier for me on days like this to be able to go in and buy the dip. And the reason why I say that is because if I click on one day here, as you guys see, if I click on one day, you can see that the portfolio is down roughly about $610, 1.2% for the day. And what I like to do on days like this is to look across the portfolio to see which companies I want to add more money and buy a little bit more, because a day like today, we are on a discount. And the reason why I say we're on a discount is if you take a look at the heat map, I'm going to cover Apple because Apple is, it's high, or Amazon. It don't really matter. So if we take a look at the heat map here, as you guys see, there's a lot of stocks that are, the S&P 500 is basically red right now. If you look across the board, we see industrial is pretty red. Automotive is pretty red. Energy is pretty red. Basic metals is pretty red. Disney up here is quite red. Communication services, banks, the finance department is red. Finance, you see Bank of America, JP Morgan. So what I would try to do now is to go into my portfolio and pick up a little bit more on all these companies because they are on discount. Like for example, Tesla. As you guys know, I'm very bullish on Tesla. Like I believe in the company. So on a day like today where the stock is down like 4%, I would go in and buy a little bit more at a discount as compared to what the price used to be. And if it goes down some more, then I'll buy some more. Okay. This is how it works. But if you can just take a look at the heat map here, in general, we're pretty red for the day, except for Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, couple Visa, the fintech sides are doing okay. But if we look at the banks, we look at the bank sector, they're pretty red. If you look at the industrial sector, they're pretty red. Automotive is pretty red. Energy is pretty red. So what I do is I would go into my portfolio here and grab a little bit more of all the companies that are within this sector. So in situations like this, what I like to do is just go in and grab a little bit more of all these companies. So if we first take a look, let me show you an example of what I like to do here. I go to the passive income section here, and the 1 day automatically gets highlighted. So if we look at this section here and we take a look across the board, first of all, the energy and transportation section is pretty low. So what I would do is go into it. All right, it dropped a lot today. This whole sector of the economy dropped about almost 3%. Okay, it dropped. This whole sector of the economy dropped about 3%. So this is quite high for this sector to drop this much. And if you take a look here, you can see some of the companies that I have in here. So as you can see, you see all the EV plays are doing quite well. It's only Tesla that is pretty down pretty down a lot. And if you take a look at Tesla, we can probably see that most of the reason why it's down is probably nothing that is a big deal. Okay, news come on for Tesla all the time, and so many different things happen all the time. But I'm sure the reason why we're down today is not a big deal. So looking into Tesla here, let's take a quick look at the news. Okay, so Elon Musk is on the hook for billions for Solar City lawsuit. Okay, fine. That is gonna play itself out through the legal system, and it's gonna do just fine. So let's take a look at the other news. Musk says new UI, so that's improvement. Tesla accounted for 31% of EV registry in the UK. That is a good news. This one is talking about why Tesla stock fell today. I'm sure it's probably because of this potential lawsuit, which at the end of the day, that would play itself out in the market. I mean, in the courts, and get settled, and things will move on. Tesla breaks record deliveries. So we have pretty much good news. If we just take a quick look here, we have pretty much good news on the company, but yet the stock is down $365. So this is what I usually would like to do here. I just grab this and jump in and buy that amount of share stock here, buy at a cheaper price. Okay, remember, if we take a look at the heat map, Tesla is pretty down for the day. It's pretty high, almost 4%. It's down 4% today. It's pretty high. Then what I'm going to also take a look at is, next I'm going to take a look at the banking sector. But before we do that, we've put 365 into Tesla stock here, and let's take a look at the general 365. So all the other ones are holding Tesla up pretty nicely. I'm not gonna add to this sector because it's not down as much. It's only Tesla that's down quite that's down a lot in this sector of the portfolio. I just thought let me show you this video today because this is how I manage this portfolio, and you guys have seen the results that, you know, it's doing quite well. So let's see, let's take a look at the finance sector here. We're only down 30 bucks. So let's take a look at the finance sector, because finance sector is down, pretty much down across the board. So what we have here, I'm going to put in about $35 across the board. So that money gets split throughout the portfolio. That's what I'm going to do. And as you guys see there, $35 will be split across the portfolio here. So if you take a look at the next sector, which will probably be consumer, it's down 10 bucks. So I will probably just put about okay, decent amount of it is down. So I would put about $10 or maybe 11 bucks. Put 11 bucks in there. Let it do its thing. This is why I love M1. If you guys know anything about portfolio management, M1 makes managing your portfolio very, very easy. Like, because you can go into the sectors and buy on days like this, and you don't have to stress much, you know. So I really, really love this tool here. So we see above all of them, Disney was down quite high. All right, Disney is down like Disney is down almost 2.5%. So I will buy a little bit more of Disney. I'll probably put like an extra, 10 bucks in here as well, because Disney is the one that is down the most for the day. So I will jump in and put a little bit more. Okay. So I'm just sharing this with you guys. Like I said, this is how I manage the portfolio. So as you guys see here, we have basically, I have a little bit of money going into all this different sector, and it was M1 will spread the money across the board. As you guys see here, it was each industry has each amount of money that is going in it, and it breaks it down, and you can see which company is getting which money so far. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for the entire portfolio. So what I just did is just for the passive income section, which is this section, and I'm going to do that across the board. Okay, I'm going to do that across the board here. So you guys take a look at Bank of America here. As you guys see from the heat map, Bank of America is down a lot. Same thing, about 3%. So I will go in and buy the basically the amount that it's down by that amount. So I will put like 12 bucks in there, because for the size of my portfolio is down by 12 bucks. So this $12 will just make up for what it's down by. So the last but not the least here, we have the cryptocurrency section. And what we have going on here, it's down by 15, almost 16 bucks. But I have roughly about $10 left. So what I will do, I'll put majority of that money into Coinbase, because I'm more bullish on Coinbase. So I'll put the rest of the cash into Coinbase and just call it a day. So this is how I like to manage this portfolio here. And as you guys can see, we have 700 in cash, which I just recently deployed all throughout the portfolio. And every sector of the portfolio will get a little bit of cash. So if we take a look here and we look at buys, okay, this is what we are currently looking at, when it comes to the buys. Looking at 43 buys, and the money is split across all these different industries. Let me move to this side here. So we're looking at 43 buys, all right, and everything is split evenly based on how much of a dip the stock got. As you guys can see, Tesla got the most drop in price, so I put the most money into Tesla. And this is a further breakdown of, you know, all the individual buys that I just recently purchased, and that should execute in a couple of hours or so. And yeah, so that is pretty much it for how I like to manage the portfolio. So yeah, so we have 700 of new money that will go in, and then lastly, what you want to do is turn this back on, so you have your regular deposits, or your regular deposits automatically gets invested for you. Links to the M1 portfolio will be in the description if you want to check it out. I really like M1 as a company and what they're doing for retail investors. You know, they make it easy that people are able to manage their portfolio in a very nice and simple way. All the companies that I just showed you guys, I want to own them. I want to own a lot of it. You know, if I pop right in here really quickly, this is what I've done all throughout my time of managing this portfolio. This is what I've done basically. I basically go in on days like this where we have really big red days, you know, when the whole market is basically selling off. I go in and I put a little bit more money in it and I buy a little bit more. So as the stock recover, you know, because I bought a dip, when the stock price go up, it pushes the value of the portfolio up. As you guys can see here, this data started in May 19th, and that was of May 19th, right here, May 19th, 2020, you know, and we are in 2021 now, and you know the portfolio is up 46% basically just by me doing what I just showed you guys. And it's up 12,000, 46%. I mean, granted, the market went up a lot, but 46% is basically like years worth of gain that happened in one year. Okay, so you cannot be afraid of red days like this. You have to fully take advantage of red days like this and jump in and buy a little bit more. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what I do here, consider subscribing to the channel. If you like what I do, consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you for subscribing. I appreciate you for checking out these videos. If you find this helpful, you know, stick around. I have lots more videos that I'm planning that are on the way. So stick around and subscribe.